Throw Gang, we are joined by the Auto Overlord, Lawrence Schlossman, and myself, the Big Pant Big Dog, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running of the Boys with today's full episode only available on
Patreon.com/throwingfits. Otto Von Fitzmark, baby.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
That would have been better.
Fuck. Okay, well.
Magic with the Fitz Houdini.
Yep. Lawrence just discovered TikTok.
Yo, when shit finally hits IG, I can tap in.
When it goes viral on TikTok and then a week later gets summarized on a mood board, you better best believe that Lawrence will be referencing it on the only podcast that matters.
Thank you, Mr. Trotman, for keeping me in the loop.
Before we get into the new Phoebe Philo.
Ooh, so much head I woke up in Sleepy Hollow.
The return of Tunnel Fit trash.
Ugh.
And getting in the way of a Taylor Swift clothing poll.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, why are these guys so mad at us? Oh,
there's good reason.
Yeah. Let's get into a fit check.
Okay. Why don't you start us off, Jimbo?
All right. Upstairs, I was wearing the fat, obese, chonky Oakley Chops on Mules from the factory, or I guess factory project. Oakley
Factory Project.
Factory Project. Shout out Aaliyah and shout out Kyle for doing literal big things on the big dogs.
When you add a heel, the shoe somehow gets even bigger.
I know. It's great.
They're sick. That colorway is fire.
Yeah. I feel like you and I are both into really ugly. We've kind of gone full circle on the Fila. What was
Disruptor?
That? Oh my god, bro! Yeah, just like really ugly sneakers. I think we're both wearing today.
I think
in a good way. We're both into really ugly shit right now.
The Oakley Factory Project team and Asics and Kiko owe a lot to the Disruptor. It seems like the OG.
The Disruptor disrupted so these guys could profit.
I still see him like on the train, and I laugh every time.
You see him outside in New York a lot too.
Yeah.
That Disruptors and Yeezys.
Because we're in the bubble. Woo! Nailed it, dude.
Too.
We live in a fucking bubble, dude. Yeah. And it's awesome.
The Java bubble. Manresa socks.
Shout out
dusty,
fucking Mike.
Dusty pale green. Then the big fucking Raver pants from, I believe the company's called Anglar. It's a Korean brand. And I picked them up from this thing of ours. The fucking chavs up, or I don't know if the chavs, sorry. I know that term has certain connotations, I didn't realize.
Yeah. Quite classist, apparently. Yeah. I didn't know.
Shout out the Chavler Bings of the world. And
no, dude.
Chavra. Or Charva.
R.I.P. you dead bitch. Shout out Matt Perry.
Yeah, for real. Shout out the blokes.
The Matt Man.
The blokes up in Manny. I hope you guys got some shit from our private sale of theirs that we did with them.
From this private sale of ours?
Yeah, this private sale of ours.
According to the boys up in Manny, it was moving.
Yeah.
That brandless, because like I'm literally copying, pasting for like the Instagram promo. I'm like, none of these brands sound even remotely real, which is how you know it's good.
I do think that this thing of ours is low key a secret weapon when you wanted to, of like brand discoverability,
100%.
Where they're doing a great job of like stocking. Like I got Mizuno wave runners from there, which are like kind of hard to find in the US.
Mizuno made a jet ski?
Yeah. And also a bunch of other like very fire Korean brands, not to mention just like all, local fucking chaps and a lot of good futuristic shit.
They're a vessel through which to discover the craziest, rarest Asian corp. Like you don't need to be boots on the ground, no pun intended, in fucking, Shanghai. You can just go right to thisthingofours.com. .co.uk and just fucking peep that brand. That shit, again, like I said, following them on IG is free. You don't need to, there's no minimum spend.
Yeah. It was really hard to read the brand list when you just copy and pasted the whole thing into one column.
I know, it was too robust. And then when you do a video, because like when you do it to Instagram stories, because we don't do a ton of like video content outside of like just like the intros on stories. I'm like, oh, Instagram really fucks with the fidelity, and I'm like, you can't even read any of this.
Yeah, should have done 2 columns.
Anyway,
I know you're busy. Where were you? Upstate. Anyway, We'll get to that.
Oh, we will.
So wearing the big pants from Anglar. Shout out the big dogs at this thing of ours. Salem Tea. Yo, you know what's crazy? So like,
what?
The current comment section that I'm ignoring is our TikTok, because it's just like people that don't know the show at all. Right. And they're just like 30 seconds of just like whatever the fuck was posted there. And the number one comment that Raul Lopez got, besides, oh my God, this is the best introduction I've ever heard, was, why is this motherfucker wearing a Salem hat? Homophobic insinuations aside, I guess like Salem is fucking popping with the Zoomers, and they're like, why is this gay Dominican Brooklyn guy wearing a Salem hat? And it's like, bro, this guy's boys with Jack, like literally homies with Jack Donahue.
The Gen Z thing has to be via when Lana Del Rey and Jack were smashing, right? That's got to be.
Were smashing?
Still?
Are smashing?
Are smashing? I don't know.
Smashing?
I don't keep up with Lana Del Rey's dating life. She's not Taylor Swift, so I'm not tapped in.
Salem tee from, I don't know, a minute ago before they did all the camo shit. And then throwing fits, flannel, work shirt.
Shadow plaid.
Every time we make something, whatever the most recent thing is just what I end up wearing the most, but this is truly special. Bottega Veneta pinky, some rich bitch from Aspen, and Maiden Name, and Hanes boxers, sipping on that DP that I fucking splashed down over there.
Dunked it, dude.
Greenpoint's finest.
The NBA is back.
And the Sunnies were Veda and Leon Bridges.
There he is. Right. Speaking of ugly sneakers, I wore the Otto 958X A6 Gel Flexies, which is actually the name of the shoe, and it's not me deliberately trying to sound like a moron.
They really are the Flexskis.
Flexskis. I actually kind of fucked it up.
Flexski
in the gunmetal colorway. Maybe at the buzzer, a potential Critics' Choice Award nominee for me personally, sneaker of the year.
Yeah, you always want to be a fucking little dime square trustafarian poet, and I feel like a few weeks late, but you always inch closer and closer. You just claw for that clout.
Well, they sold out. Shout out to fucking Plug Ryan for sending. You got the green, I got the gunmetal. In terms of like my preferences when it comes to being a poser, this shoe checks both soccer and skateboarding, kind of, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think also just like dime square denizens.
Yeah, for sure. Right. All right, moving on up, I have on Uniqlo socks. I am wearing Stussy leather work pants. I have
those are good.
I bought them, bro. I fucking spent my hard-earned Skrilla to get some.
How much?
Buttery. They're $385 before shipping.
Not bad for leather.
There was like not a matching, but like a similar vest, which you could peep on my Zood. But they're great, dude. I love them. And the fit is really fucking good. And what's awesome about Stussy is to me, it's vanity size. So like I'm buying like a 32 because like the 32 really is like not a 32. So shout out to fucking Stussy. Love these. Great deal. Don't know if they're still available. Peep the site. Metalwood, Western Belt. I have a Supreme Hanes Real Tree tee.
Damn, what a streetwear today.
Tucked in. White 316 rodeo hat, rolly on the wrist, wedding ring on the fingy, wifey on the pinky, Greenpoint's finest in the hydro flask, and I got Hill City on the cock and balls. Oh, and I wore a Cheapy Barber.
That's right. Yeah.
In celebration of the Cinquanta.
The new CP barber looks really good too.
Dude, I've been leaving so many comments hoping that someone at CP will see and send me the new red one.
Fucking obviously, yeah.
Is it that obvious?
Yeah, I'm
running out of fire and gas emojis, guys.
So the one spot on your phone is like where the goat emoji is just like worn through with just you tapping on that on everyone's fucking IG, or the black heart now I guess is your thing.
There's nothing I love more than a high-end-ish barber collab, and CP does not fucking miss, dude.
Yeah. Shout out us for doing that tube video.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that.
No.
The YouTube comments are not favorable.
Oh, really?
I would apply your TikTok strategy to YouTube comments as well. Yeah.
Done.
But honestly, I got a lot of great feedback. I think that I thought we wrote a funny script. I don't know, whatever, dude.
I think a lot of people thought that it was a Throwing Fits collaboration, and I was like, I'm just gonna let them think that. Like,
we came up, we were in the laboratory designing the tube fabric.
Yeah. You know, it'd be fire if we took some bike tires and made them into jackets.
We are simply talent, and we love to tap in with the Goggle Gods, our friends in Milano.
Voice acting very much available.
You can buy our talents.
You can buy our dulcet tones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into the meat and potatoes podcast.
Yeah.
This will be a fun one. There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir.
We've just had a week worth of our shared notes app constantly being updated. But a holdover from last week that unfortunately we didn't get to was you had like a funny ass, I don't know, just cultural exchange with your Papa Schloss.
My dad's cultural literacy is to me very funny, and this
illiteracy. He's like you with books, but with culture.
I mean more like the kind of zeitgeist stuff that we talk about on the show. He is the smartest guy I know who has a wide array of knowledge. But one thing he's not really cued in on is rappers.
Hip hop.
So I saw my dad on my brother's birthday and, just making small talk, catching up. And he goes, have you been watching any late night TV? And I'm like,
late night TV's so back, son.
Like, no, not at all. I hate that shit. And he's like, yeah, I've been watching a lot of Kimmel. And I'm like, you like Kimmel? He's like, well, I like that. He's like lowbrow. And I'm like, okay, sure. I agree.
Which one's Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel, ABC.
I never confuse. I always confuse Fallon and Kimmel. The fat one.
Yeah, but he's not fat anymore.
Not the
he used to
abusive
host the Man Show.
not the abusive alcoholic.
No.